I love my life. 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 No, no.
Hey guys, it's Traveling R and Kimmy here. Welcome to my channel. It has been a while since I've made a video, but I'm super excited because a few things has happened that I want to go into, and I'm just gonna jump into it. So I have been in the NICU for 2 years now. My anniversary was October 23rd. Officially 2 years. It's been wonderful. I've learned so much. Absolutely love the hospital that I've been working at. But with that being said, I did say when I started working in the NICU that if I did go back to travel nursing, I would not do it until I had 2 years of experience. So with that being said, your girl's going back to travel nursing, and I am so excited, terrified, not because I feel like I don't know what I'm doing or anything like that, just because there are a few things that's different today compared to when I did travel nursing two years ago. So when I was travel nursing 2 years ago, I was in the ER. I was single. I had no kid. This time around, that is not the case. So I know one of the things that I've encountered with some of the people that I worked with is they didn't want to travel nurse because they felt like, well, how am I going to do it with a family? And here I am. I'm doing it. It's going to get done. So one of the things that you can do to help with that is that you can do local travel nursing, which is not what I'm doing. I'm actually travel nursing. Now, if you want to get the stipends and the meals, you're going to have to live more than 50 miles or more from you have to live 50 miles or more from the job that you're taking. So the job that I'm currently taking, I think 70 miles away, give or take. Driving would take me an hour and a half. So personally, I'm not doing it. So my plan is to get an Airbnb or get a hotel close to the location that the hospital is at. So a few things. I want to go over the whole process of me getting into travel nursing, and then I will go over my stipend, how much I'm getting paid, all the jazz. So first thing is, how did I go into this? What company am I using? X, Y, and Z. So the company that I am currently working with is called Triage Jesus. The company I'm currently working is called Triage Traveler. I don't know why that's so hard for me to say, but Triage Traveler. It's the TT. I don't know. Whatever. My point is, Triage is what it's called. I'm actually going to pull up the app, let you guys see kind of what it looks like as far as like because they have multiple things. You can upload your time card. You can refer a friend. You get $750 if you refer someone. They have benefits. For every company that I have traveled with, they give you benefits from day one. So that's nice. But what I've seen with this company also, they said that let's say you take a break in between your contract from the end of the contract to another one, if you take 28 days or less, you actually will continue to have benefits until you start the next contract. But if you go over the 28 days, then you would have to start anew. But I think that's really nice. I've never taken, I think I've taken a month off between contracts, but personally, I probably wouldn't take no more than 3 weeks, just because. But yeah, so that's the plan. So that's really nice. The thing with that is they after you start your next contract, they are going to take out the additional money for the insurance that you would have been paying had you been working. So which is fine. Honestly, when I was on maternity leave, that's exactly what happened with the hospital. I continued to have insurance until I went back to work, and then every single paycheck I had after that, they took out whatever amount I normally pay plus what I needed that on that paycheck. So there's that. They have really nice contracts. I'm going to pull up the wallet as like I'm talking so you can see what I'm looking at. But they have on the profile there is they have a triage wallet, and then on that you can see the different contracts that are available. So I'm going to like show you guys just a quick idea of how, which I really like how they display the contracts available, because they let you know not only so they give you location, the date of the contract, how many weeks, how many hours you're going to be worked, the shift that they're asking for, how many years experience, the bed count, and the grossly weekly pay. So I think that's really nice. And then when you go down, they actually give you a breakdown of the hourly rate, the gross pay weekly, but also they put it where you can see the housing stipend weekly and the meals incidentals weekly. So personally, when I pick my contracts, I like to go with a contract that has more on the stipends than the hourly rate. That's just for me. The reason why I say that is because I like to know exactly how much I'm going to get paid. With the stipend, you know, regardless, that is what you're going to get for the stipend every single week, regardless. Even if I work extra hours, that's what I'm getting for my stipend. So I like to know, okay, I'm guaranteed this $1,400, $1,500 every single week. So I know, okay, well, this is what I'm going to use to pay this bill. This is what I'm going to do for this. And then the hourly rate, I can say, okay, well, we know that's going to be taxed. I can take that money and I could put that money towards saving, or I could put it towards whatever. It doesn't matter. I personally, like I said, I like to pick my contracts based on the stipend, not based on the hourly rate. So there are contracts where you can get a very high hourly rate and a low stipend, but the stipend is depending on the cost of living in the area that you're going. And like I said, that's just how I like to do it, because I like to know what I'm going to get paid regardless. So as far as the contract that I am taking, I took a contract in Maryland. Took a contract in Maryland. Let me go up. Trying to go through how much like my contract is. So the contract that I took, here it is. Okay, so the contract that I took, a regular pay is $21 an hour. Overtime is $70 an hour, 70. My weekly housing stipend is $880. My weekly per diem is $539.86, and then my weekly gross pay is $2,175.86. So like I said, I like to do it based on my stipend. So for my stipend, I am going to be getting $1,419.86 every single week, guaranteed. So so that's guaranteed. I know I'm going to be getting that, which is great. Right now, currently as a staff nurse, I'm making $1,800 every 2 weeks. Now I do have to say, guys, I only work 24 hours a week. I do not work 36 hours. I work the weekend shift. So my whole staff position right now is not the norm. I'm a weekender. I work Friday, Saturday. I get overtime rate of an additional $15 an hour on top of my regular pay. So currently as a staff nurse at my NICU, I make $58 an hour working 24 hours a week. And I am allowed to pick up extra shift, which every now and then I do that. So when I do pick up an extra shift, I make 2,400 bi-weekly. That's if I pick up an extra shift. Now, currently, with my NICU, we have been experiencing very low census, and that's honestly, it's one of the reasons that kind of pushed me towards going back into travel nursing. Unfortunately and fortunately, both, it's just one of those things. We want babies to be born healthy. We want moms to be home with their babies. But then on the other side, my job is, I'm a NICU nurse. I'm supposed to be taking care of these very critical premature babies. So when the census is low at my hospital, they cancel us. So lately, I've been canceled at least once a week. And with that being said, I only work 2 days, so I'm only working 1 day. And then you use PTO. And if PTO runs out, then you have nothing. So I love my job. I love my coworkers. I love my doctors. I love the families that I've been blessed with working with. But unfortunately, I can't, that type of paycheck is not sustainable. And yeah, I need more. So with that being said, with travel nursing, you know that you are going where there is a need. Another thing with the contract that I've done, they did ask me if I am capable of floating to another floor. If, let's say, the census is low there, can I go float to another floor? I'm completely okay with that. Like I said, I have experience in the ER. I was an ER nurse for a few years, and I worked with kids. I did peds ER for the longest too. So with that being said, I am totally okay with floating to another floor. What they can't do is they would most likely float me to the nursery in Mother Baby or float me to peds, but I would still only work with the babies that are in peds. I wouldn't be working with the 18-year-olds, the 16-year-olds, the 5-year-olds. Technically, I still shouldn't be able to work with them, because when you work on those floors, you need PALs. And I currently I didn't renew my PALs when I left the ER. And I thought about renewing it, and I'm looking into renewing it, but currently I don't have it. So because of that, I only get the babies. And like I said, I'm totally okay with floating to other floors. I am only allowed to be canceled 2 times during my shift. So during my contract, and I have a 14-week contract, but technically it's 13 because I took a week off for vacation, not really. But yeah, so that's that. Another thing that I have decided to do, because like I said, I am trying to get to a point where I want to get debt free. That has always been my goal. That it will continue to be my goal until I accomplish that. Now, I did just have a baby. I'm still focused on my family and all of that. But now that my son is 1 year old, he is walking. He's doing a lot more now. So with that, I am able to do a little bit more, and I feel more comfortable being able to do a little more. So I am going to go back to regular working, which is 36 hours a week. Or I also decided to pick up a PRN travel nursing job. So I have spoken to you guys about travel nursing PRN. It is out there. You just need to find the right company that does it. I have used Aya Healthcare in the past, and that's currently what I'm using for my PRN. The position that I have taken, I will be working every now and then. I don't plan to pick up every single week. I think my plan is to pick up like 3 shifts in 1 week during the month, and then just keep it as that and just continue doing that. Maybe we'll see how I really decide to like navigate the PRN. But I definitely want to keep my PRN even after like this contract ends. I think the one lesson that I have learned in the past when I was doing PRN before with the ER, I wish I kept that job, because the rate for that PRN, I believe, was $63. If I'm incorrect, then whatever. I'm gonna see if I can look it up, but I believe the PRN that I was doing in the ER was $63. Had I kept that job, it would have been really nice-ish to be able to just pick up extra shifts if I was to get canceled with this. Now, on the other side, like I said, I don't really want to do the ER, so I'm okay that, whatever happened, happened. But with that being said, I'm like, okay, I need a PRN in the NICU, because let's say I did a contract somewhere else, because after this contract, I do plan to go to another state. So I do that contract in another state. I decided I'm going to take a month off. Not really. What my plan is, when I come back come back home after that contract, I'm going to only pick up shifts with my PRN job, but still keep it like minimal, like 3 shifts in that week and then 3 shifts the last week or something like that while I'm on vacation, which the truth is, most of the time I'm not even really going anywhere. I'm just home with my family, but I just need a break. Why not? If I can afford to do it, I'm going to do it. So yeah, I'm also doing a PRN position in Maryland, and I plan to keep that job. That one is paying $660 per shift, so I believe that is $55 divided by 12. Yeah, $55. So I'll be getting $55 per hour for that position. So like I said, I only plan to pick up a few shifts here and there, but it's more for when I get off contracts and I come back home and I have something to do. It's there. But yeah, guys, that is where we're at. I am super excited. I will be making paychecks videos, because even though I can tell you, like I said, I know what my stipend is going to be, but with my hourly rate, I don't know how much exactly after taxes, how much money am I actually going to be getting paid. And I will let you guys know, because I'm all about pay transparency. And I'll let you guys know how much I'll be getting with my PRN position, because 1 shift, 2 shift, 3 shift, whatever, just so you guys can see how much money I make per however many hours I decide to do. My plan is, honestly, at this point, I'm going to just continue to travel nurse. The goal that me and my family has is that in a few years, I will become a nurse practitioner, God's willing. I think I want to do family nurse practitioner. I absolutely love the NICU, but a NICU nurse practitioner, it's very limited, obviously, to the hospital. And I don't want to limit myself to one setting. I want to be able to do multiple things, branch out, and do different things. So I think family nurse practitioner is the proper way to go for me to accomplish that goal. And if anything changes, I will let you guys know. But I am going to be going to school in February, I want to say, because this contract ends in February, and I want to do it after this contract ends. So this contract ends in February. I want to start on my bachelor's degree. I only have my associate's degree, so I'm going to start on my bachelor's degree, God's willing. I'm going to give myself a year to complete the bachelor's degree. And then after that, I'm just gonna jump in. Once I get my bachelor's degree, I'm gonna jump right into the master's degree. I don't want to delay. But like I said, yeah, from now until February, my plan is to just save, pay off some bills, and then decide where I'm going on that next contract. I have a few ideas of where I want to go, but I won't decide until after I finish this contract and see how I like traveling in the NICU. I don't think I'm going to hate it. I absolutely loved travel nursing and I love the NICU. So put my two loves together and it has to be beautiful. I'm just saying it has to be. I don't expect anything less, but just in case, I will let you guys know. So that's that. I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. And I cannot wait to continue this journey with you guys as I progress in my career. And I hope it motivates someone, whoever is thinking about doing something and you feel like maybe I can't do this because I have a family, X, Y, and Z. I'm going to do it. You can see me doing it. You can do it too. Just think about your possibilities and execute them. Okay? Y'all have a wonderful